Right, so let's talk you through the first couple of questions on the direct object pronouns grammar page on the online book. So first of all, we need to make sure that we're in the right place. So we need to go into our online books and make sure that we select OCR GCSE French Higher. And then when we drop down here, we'll notice that we've got these headings. So we've got Unit 1 all the way down to the Mémo Grammaire, which is what you need. So we click on Mémo Grammaire and press enter. Then we'll notice that a new tab opens up for us. Just collapse that down a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. And then we need to then go into this contents button down here. Open up Grammaire. Just come down a little bit until we find the object pronouns page. You'll notice that you've got object pronouns written here and you've got some exercises here. And what we're going to try to do is go through this activity here, which is the first exercise on actually page 221 in the book, but on the object pronouns page of the online book. So the first thing that you'll need to do is to click onto this single page view button here, which makes it so that you can read it. And then you've got object pronouns, and a good idea would be to take some notes from what you're reading here. And when I say notes, what I don't mean is copy it. What I mean is read it once and then read it again. And the second time that you read it, just try to pick out the things that you don't think that you'd remember if you had to summarise them again, and just jot down notes from it, so that when you refer back, you can, you've got a good general understanding. Once you've taken your notes, you then move over onto the next page, and this is the activity that we want to be able to do. So you need to rearrange the words to make correct sentences using the English prompts to help you. Then underline the object pronoun in each sentence. Note there are 2 object pronouns in number 5. So let's start with number 1. We've got the words ennuyeuse, trouve, les, je, les, séries. So we know that the words we've got are here. So we've got soaps, question mark, I find them boring. This is what we want to be able to write. So the first thing that we're going to try to do is work out which of these words means what. So we've got soaps, and for this it's going to be séries, so we've got les séries. I find is going to be je and trouve, and then we've got them boring. Well, we know that we've got 2 more words left. We know that we've got ennuyeuse, and we've also got the word les. So we've got les séries, je trouve, ennuyeuse, and we've got les as well. Now, to remind ourselves of what goes where, we flip back to the first page and we try to work out whereabouts they're going to go. So it says here, direct object pronouns are words like it, me, him, us. In French, the direct object pronouns are, and then it's got these words here. And you see that you needed them, which is going to be les. So we know that that's the word, but then we need to work out exactly where it goes in our sentence. So how do they work? Pronouns usually go in front of the verb. So, tu regardes le film. Are you watching the film? Oui, je le regarde. Yes, I'm watching it. So notice that the it in our English sentence goes after the verb, whereas in French, if you look here, it says, oui, je le regarde. So literally, yes, I, it, watch. Or yes, I, the watch. So it goes in between the pronoun and the verb itself. So let's try and do that with our example here. So if we look here, we've got soaps, I find them boring. So let's write down what we know already. So I'll just get rid of this. And then we've got les séries. Question mark. Then we've got je trouve ennuyeux. And this is feminine plural merely because this word here is feminine plural. And then we know that we've then got to try and find a space for the word les. You remember that where we put it in French is actually in between the pronoun and the verb, so not after it. So les is just going to drop in here. So if I just write it there, then there's your answer. Les séries, je les trouve ennuyeuses. Literally, series or soaps, I them find boring. So that's the first one. So that's number 1 done. I'm going to do number 2 with you as well, because number 2 is a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to do number 3 with you, because 3 is a little bit more tricky because it uses different words. So let's have a look at number 3. It says, to the cinema, we go often. We've got en, souvent, au, va, y, and cinema. So first of all, I'm going to try to find to the cinema. So first, let's have a look at all of our words here. We've got en, we've got one, or we, souvent, often. Au is à plus le, which is to the, which you find if you looked in a dictionary. Va, again, you find if you looked in a dictionary, and you would find that this is the conjugated third person of the verb aller, which is to go. And then we've got y and cinema. Y, strange word. So this is actually our pronoun. Then we've got cinema. So let's do the bits that we know first of all. So the first part is going to be to the cinema, which is just merely going to be numéro 3, au cinéma, question mark, so to the cinema, and then we then want to be able to say we go often. So the words that I've got still are en, va, souvent, and then I've got the word y. So let's have a look. Let's quickly go back into our page here. Let's go back and see if we can find this word y, because it's not one of the main ones at the top. So what we do is we try to look for, when it says when do you use e and en, you use e to refer to a place which has already been mentioned. So the cinema has been mentioned. It can refer to a noun, or à la, à l'apostrophe, or plus a noun. E often means there, although it's not always translated like that in English. Il adore Paris, il y est allé hier. So he loves Paris, he went there yesterday. Tu vas souvent au cinéma? J'y vais de temps en temps. Do you go often to the cinema? I go there from time to time. So that's the one we want. So I'm just going to flick across the page there, just to have a look at what it is that we want to be able to say. So we want to be able to say to the cinema, we go often. So look at my visualization. So on va souvent, again the same rule as before. In the first one you had the pronoun here, je. Here is the pronoun en. Here is the conjugated verb. Here was the conjugated verb. So the object pronoun went in here first, in between the pronoun and the conjugated verb. So on this occasion, in between the pronoun and the conjugated verb is where I'm going to put my pronoun, my object pronoun e. I'll get rid of that there, put it in there, and that's where it's going to go. So au cinéma, on y va souvent means to the cinema, we go there often.